Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. On today's video, we are going over Solana as it is looking to reestablish some support before hopefully, of course, continuing its move to the upside. Now, in the last video, we actually talked about exactly this. I mean, we called this almost on the money. Take a listen to what was said so we can go ahead forward and talk about what I'm expecting now.
In the short term, I think there is grounds for a pullback to happen unless we explode through the all-time high, in which I still believe a pullback down to these levels would happen.
And so what we were talking about in that video was paying attention to our Fibonacci levels. The fact that we had then already cleared, let's go ahead and move this. We had already cleared, our 786 on our all-time high down to swing low. And so as you can see, we cleared that $193 level. And I said that even if we were to explode to our all-time high, as we saw, I still believed that we would see that pullback to these key levels around the 786 to the 618, right in this box, okay? And that is exactly what has happened, guys. Now remember, in that video, I said I know it'll be scary and I know it won't be fun to see a bit of a fall, but do understand that they're necessary, right? Whenever we see these breakings of trends, right? We had this trend line right here, this yellow trend line. We broke the trend, we came back down, established support. Over here, we cleared the 0.618 at $177. We cleared it. Boom, established support, continuation upwards. And so as we are making these big moves and we just cleared this key zone of support and resistance, the fact that we may be coming back down to establish some support here and continue upwards is not the end of the world, and it's definitely healthy. So in terms of if this thing is going to go up, I'm going to tell you what that's going to look like, okay? If this is going to go up, we need to pay attention to two levels. The first level is going to be $193. Now remember, if we draw our Fibonacci from our swing high, our all-time high, down to our swing low. Let's put that perfect. Right here from, let's go to September 21st. We can see that the 0.786 is currently sitting at $190. Let's go $194 just to be safe. That is going to be the 786 level again, and that is going to be the door to the bull market. That's going to be the door into a continuation, okay? If we see the price clear above that and hold some support, definitely do look to see the price continue back upwards. We get 2 or 3 4-hour closes above this level, do anticipate a clearing of that previous high. Now, if the price continues to fall, of course, right now, we don't have much structure. We don't have much of, a pattern here to kind of indicate where it may go. But I can tell you the two key levels of support that I do believe are going to hold up. Now, the first one is going to be this previous local high, currently sitting on October 3rd, sitting right around $177. Considering the fact that that was not only a local high, but one of the last highs that was set under this trend line, we can see that it will serve as a very strong level of support. Once we did end up clearing this level, you can actually see that we back tested it one time here and allowed the continuation to the upside. And so if the price does continue to trail back downwards, considering this is such a very strong level, I do anticipate that we will meet some type of support here, and I would like to see that interaction. Now, not only that, though, there is a secondary level of support sitting just $10 below that level at $167. Now, what that level is going to be is the shoulder line of this inverse head and shoulders in which we did see. Now, we were tracking this inverse head and shoulders on the channel for a few days, and what we saw happen was the shoulder line get set at $167. Once we cleared that, we were off to the races to see a beautiful execution on our price target, which if we take the distance, boom, and we go ahead and do that, you can see that we smashed through our price target of about right at $200 from this inverse head and shoulders. But do remember, when we clear resistance, we want to backtest it as support. And considering the fact that once we cleared it, we never came back down to establish the support, if you do start to see us inching towards 170, 169, 168, do expect another layer of support to be right here, as it could very possibly just be that backtest that we need into upwards continuation. Now, even if we do some Fibonacci, some swing lows to swing highs, you can also see that this exact level is our bottom side 0.618 to 0.786, meaning that when it's going down, this is a healthy retracement level, meaning that when the price is going up, it healthily will retrace to this level and continue upwards. So if we do see the price continue to fall right now, look for $177 to $167 to hold. If we start to see that level holding and then boom, that push back to 193, get those 2 4-hour closes, do anticipate that move and a continuation to the upside. I do think this is going to move in tandem with the rest of the market, because as we are seeing Solana falling, we're also seeing things such as Total 2 consolidating and falling. We're looking at Bitcoin consolidating and falling. Total market cap of all of our cryptos consolidating and falling. And so if we start to see a bit of a reversal in all of the markets, definitely do anticipate that Solana will do just the same, establish a key level of support, and continue upwards, okay? So remember, 194 is our top side. That's what we're looking to clear if it works its way up. But if we start to continue this fall, look for 177 to 167 to hold. Because remember, guys, right now, there's no structure. We're just falling. And so I can't, there's really not that much of a pattern forming for me to give you breakout targets, but I can give you the levels I'm watching. And those are the levels I'm watching right now. Now, one thing that does indicate to me that this level may also hold is our RSI. If we look at the 4-hourly RSI, you can see that it may be looking to break trend right now. We had this trend line coming off of these lower lows, and it looks like it could be continuing a possible fall to the downside. Now, typically speaking, that's not a good sign. It means that we may be looking at a fall. But what I want you to pay attention to is the fact that on our chart, our price, we're not even close to that line. Now, what that tells to me is that there is a divergence happening right now. Our RSI is falling faster than our price. And typically speaking, this allows us the room to see a massive move to the upside without the actual price itself needing to fall all the way to the downside as the RSI did. And so we definitely need to anticipate that if we see a bit of a continuation of a fall, we're going to see some bearish divergence on the charts, which could definitely entail the establishment of, or some bullish divergence on the charts, which would entail the possible establishment of support on these key levels and continuation upwards. So right now, what we're seeing does seem to be very healthy. It seems to be very necessary. And as we are closing back in on some of our Bollinger Bands, for example, on the daily charts, we're closing back in on these levels. Look where that 20 SMA is at, guys. It's moving right up to these key levels of support. And if we can come back down and just establish that support, allow for this extension to be invalidated, we got overextended and we want to invalidate that by diverting back to our moving average, continuation upwards. This looks very good to me. I'm excited about the move that we're seeing, and in no way am I worried at the moment. Now, if we come back down to lose 167, I will start to get a bit more concerned, but at the moment, things are looking absolutely phenomenal. And so with that being said, of course, I will update you guys as fast as I can if anything important does happen. If you want to take in on some of these trades with pretty much the lowest fees that you will find around, as well as super high volume on the exchange, go check out ByBit down below. They are one of the best trading platforms that I have encountered, and so I definitely think they're worth the look. And if you want to see the trades that I'm making, my portfolios, and all of that good stuff, as well as having early access to every single one of these videos, go down to the link in the description to the Patreon, as that is where I post all of it. But with that being said, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.